Okay, obviously it's a knife. If you can run, you should always be running. So the knife is already being stabbed. I got ambushed. Obviously I wasn't able to run away because I'm getting stabbed and I'm bleeding and I want to stop bleeding. So I try and establish good position with my bar and catch. If you guys go back and watch it in slow-mo, that was hard to do because it kept coming in. But eventually my training kicked in and I got to a nice 2-on-1. Okay, so I have control through here. That's the hardest part. And I'm not gonna lie to you as a self-defense instructor and say that this shit's gonna work all the time, because it's not. But my concepts in my training did, and that's why I wanted to show you guys that failure exists in the demonstration. What helped me stop getting stabbed was making sure that the elbow was going back. That means that I needed to go in and get close to him. Now it was much easier for my hand to find the control. My left hand found this, my training kicked in for my hand to come underneath and hold it. This is a fight here. This is not done by any means. I'm pushing back and forth, he's pushing. I'm just trying to make sure that if I feel him go to hug, that's when I'm worried because he can grab that knife out of his other hand. I didn't feel that though. If I did feel that, go ahead, boom, I put that forearm into the face, and now we're in a whole nother fight. I'm now going to move my hand down to a double catch technique. If I'm here and I didn't have a lot of training, at least I'm still safe. Maybe I pass, maybe I run away. If you've seen the other videos, that's what I like to do. But I let my training kick in again. So I came back to here. As I fell down, my footwork was really good. If you look at my feet, right foot back to left foot causing my exit. This also allows me to get out of the way of the knife. So my hand slid down, boom, my training kicked in. I make my C or L, I find this, I'm peeling this away. Notice I'm not just using my arms to do that, my body's making that motion happen. Two ways I can do this. I can be peeling to the weakness of the grip, which would be in that direction, or I can hold his wrist in a strong position because of my Hapkido training, and I'm going to push down. Both work. I don't really care. Right now, my palm came down, whole body in, away, regrip, engage if need be. Okay, so somebody's coming at you, flying at you with that reverse ice pick, right? Your natural response is just to block it. In today's video, we're focusing on when this is on the inside. This would be the outside, this would be the inside, okay? From here, I want to wrap the hand right away. So notice when that comes in, I'm blocking, I'm moving my head down, I'm protecting my carotid artery, I'm keeping everything in. Right away, I want my hand to scoop and hold on to this. The reason why is if I don't hold on, he can come to the inside and slice. Just so you can see that full time. Here, boom, I'm in trouble. Again, here, if I hook, he can't do that. So right away, it stops that kind of fine motor skills. If they've attacked with an ice pick before, they're gonna know that that's happening, so you're countering their counter. What you wanna be doing here is you wanna be turning your hip. Imagine throwing a hook punch. Okay, so I'm using my whole body, not just using my arm, especially if they're bigger and stronger than me. Okay, I'm using my hip and pivoting. So I'm here, hook. Now my elbow wants to get into the center. If Eric is all loosey-goosey and he just flows with this, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, notice there is no disarm. But he's in a compromised position. Grab the hair, rip him down, get off to safety. Most people, when they attack you with the knife, are not loosey-goosey. So I block, I hook to here. If I pop that hip, that's what creates that disarm. Okay, so as he grabs the knife, you can see as my body is turning, popping and moving this. But immediately once that happens, I have to be thinking about engaging with him. One, he might have a secondary weapon. Two, he might have another friend that's gonna come up. So we gotta take care of business and eliminate the threat. So I'm here, here, pop the hip, pivot your foot, move your shoulder, elbow in, right? That gets that. Now from here, look at, if I use my boxing principles, I'm loading this leg. Now it's time to start firing. When you guys are throwing punches, if all this is open, a straight punch works, elbow down. But most people shell up, they shell up, that's what forces you to hit or to come across and do different things. If you don't train with empty hand techniques a lot, go open palm slaps instead and just start going. So one more time, we tie it all together, nice and slow. I block, I hook, I pivot, I throw, I go forward till there is no threat. Boom, space is created. Now it's time to play. Or if you're in the States, it's pew pew time. Or just run away, guys, because it's self-defense time. In the self-defense world, we're basically looking at machete versus machete here. We just happen to train in Filipino martial arts, so we have these sweet-ass swords, okay? So what am I doing? The angle one is coming at me. He's stepping into range, and he's cutting, okay? So number one base, if he sets back, is there's three things I focus on. Number one, he cuts, boom, I'm trying to step out of the way. Okay, so just making sure stepping straight to left, try not to step in, gets a little dangerous. Just stepping to left to make it a little harder. Timing is everything here. Number two is if your step fails you, nice slow, is the hand maybe passes. Obviously with a sword or a blade, this could be bad because it's here, so make sure the hand is cupped in and you're trying to pass out of the way. Ideally, you're doing that with your steps. We combine 1 and 2 together, boom, I'm passing through. Right? Really, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm becoming a counter striker at this point. So in the Filipino martial arts world, we talk about how angle ones always counter angle ones. Nice and slow, boom, that would be a clashing of the sword, and we're looking at blade on blade. So we want to kind of get it to the side there, and this is an attack versus an attack. This is where my self-defense mentality kind of kicks in. And now what am I actually thinking about? I'm thinking about making a cut to the hand. If my footwork and if my pass is good, my steps 1 and 2, then step number 3 is I'm looking at targeting the hand. So nice and slow as it comes here, I may not get the hand, but if you notice, I'm not turning it in here to get a deep laceration cut. I'm thinking more of a fillet all the way down the arm. Hopefully that cuts tendons and muscles that he actually ends up dropping the sword. So one more time, we go together, 1, 2, and 3 all together. He drops the sword. Now this is up to you and your rules of engagement. He tried to kill you. You don't know if he has a secondary weapon. Do you come back in for the slash? Do you add the old thrust and finish him off? That's going to be up to you. So what are the basics that you need to train here? Train them individually so it becomes a natural response, right? Your hand is up. You're waiting for this to happen. He goes, boom, I'm making my pass. Right? He goes, I'm just stepping out of the way. I could do a lot of other things like do a low line cut here as well, but I want to be taking away that hand or the weapon out of his hand. Some people call that defanging the snake. Some people call defanging the snake cutting his head off, right? So if he comes in, maybe I go to the head instead. You can see I've made that cut, right? But the thing is, what if his hand is up protecting his head? Now it's not, right? So it's like, okay, I see some merit in targeting the hand. It's not going to be a guarantee. If he still holds on to the weapon, I step away, maybe I come back, but now look, he's at the back side. I can be targeting the hand again. I can be adding in different thrusts. Man, there's so much to play with here. But that's it. You have to play with it. You have to get good. In the self-defense world, if I don't have my sword and he fires, it's that same idea. I'm just stepping away. Right? Buddy produces, maybe his machete's hidden by his side. He pulls it out, he throws it, I'm like, whoa! And now we're seeing that my empty hand translates into my weapon versus weapon the exact same. One more time for you guys. Boom, hand is up, cut, boom, and in. If you guys actually look, if he spins, we went right through his shirt, right on one take. So even though it's a training weapon, please obviously be careful. You guys stay safe out there.